Hello teachers and support staff, welcome to this information session in regards to childhood trauma, how it can affect children at our school and what we as teachers can do to implement trauma-informed practice into our school and classrooms. I will also provide some examples of resources to support us so we can best support our students and therefore promote student wellbeing and equity.
Trauma is the human response to being exposed to a deeply stressful, disturbing or distressing experience or sequences of events.
In Australia, children are generally raised in safe and supportive homes, but an alarming number of children are exposed to trauma in varying degrees, in most commonly the form of emotional, physical and sexual abuse or neglect. Trauma in childhood can be acute, chronic and complex, and also occur through exposure and observation of adverse events, such as witnessing domestic violence, parent relationship breakdown and separation, dealing with a parent's mental illness, losing a parent through death or incarceration, and losing a person that they had a close relationship with. According to an Australia-wide research study, 8.9% of children suffer physical abuse, 8.6% suffer sexual-related abuse, 8.7% of Australian children are the victims of emotional abuse, and 2.4% experience neglect. However, it is possible rates are much higher, as abuse reports are often well underreported.
Trauma experienced in childhood can affect cognitive, emotional and psychological development. Experiencing trauma at a young age can affect the physical restructuring of a developing brain, reshaping and damaging internal connections in the brain so that it is constantly in a state of stress, fear or survival mode. Kids that are impacted by trauma can display challenging behaviours that can often be misunderstood or perceived as being intentionally disruptive, unmanageable or badly behaved. Although mindsets are changing, challenging behaviours can often lead to negative consequences such as mistrust, strained relationships with educators and peers, and exclusion from learning, which only further exacerbates their negative experiences and can potentially further lower their self-esteem and re-traumatise them, deeply affecting their overall health, well-being and quality of life. Trauma-informed practice does not require specific training in trauma for educators, rather a whole school approach, ensuring classrooms are safe, calm and predictable, supporting children to regulate their emotions, assessing school policies and practices that may trigger students with trauma or re-traumatise them, implementing strategies and resources such as calming exercises, and encouraging staff to develop positive relationships with students and focusing on their strengths.
Once I Was Very Scared is a useful resource to implement in trauma-informed practice. Available online in PDF format and aimed at Foundation to Year 4 students, it tells the story of young animals who have experienced trauma and are currently suffering trauma-related responses. Expressing emotions such as fear, shame, avoidance, they eventually seek help from older animals who offer them emotional support and safety. This story could be used to initiate students recognizing emotions, expressing their own experiences, and ensuring others feel safe to do so. Through class discussions and activities, students are given the opportunity to learn from others and build on their prior knowledge of feelings and strategies to help themselves. The book's website also offers resources and activities to guide teachers in how to extend this activity further, such as finger puppets to act out the book and also activity sheets to label emotions expressed by the animals. It has been widely recognised that trauma-informed practices at school include calm classrooms. Meditation and yoga are activities that are said to encourage calmness, mindfulness and relaxation, and therefore are great resources to implement as part of a trauma-informed education. In a trauma-informed classroom where expectations are clear, routine is followed, and all students enjoy a calm and relaxing environment. Meditation and yoga, such as Yoga for Kids, as shown here, is produced specifically for primary age children of any grade and could be implemented as part of a daily or weekly routine, such as after lunch when students can occasionally return to class heightened or restless. Trauma-informed practice can also benefit us as teachers as it offers support in dealing with students that may display challenging behaviours or learning difficulties. By implementing trauma-informed teaching practices, we can work towards developing a trauma-informed school.